But I ain't gonna hold y'all. Everything went to hell around that time, bro.
Socially unrefined.
I stand on it.
First of all, congratulations to the New York Knicks for winning their first championship in 53 years. Um, Absolutely exemplary showcase of how you put a team together by Leon Rose. How that it takes more than just like stars and big
Names
contract
for sure.
and names to create a playoff basketball team. Um, I want to give a lot of credit to Mike Brown, who seems like a guy who has been in these different spots. You know what I'm saying? Him getting the Cavaliers to the championship early on in his career, losing, getting swept, getting knocked down a bit, getting blamed for not putting nothing around LeBron James. Then going to the Spurs, learning how to win. Then from the Spurs, he went on to the Warriors, and he got another opportunity to coach again with the Kings, and he even made them competitive. Um, but eventually, of course, that came down. They started blaming him for some of the things that was going on over there, and then he came to New York, man, and he met Jalen Brunson. Um, of course, I think that's the Finals MVP. I need to make sure that's correct real quick.
Hey, come on,
Uh,
bro.
hold on, y'all. But I think that have they announced it? Have they announced it? No, they haven't announced it yet. But anyway, I think Jalen Brunson is gonna be your finals MVP. We're gonna speak about him now. Jalen Brunson is a winner, man. He has won at every single level. A lot of people said that you can't beat a small guy and win the NBA championship.
Hard to do. Ain't nobody but three on them did it so far.
Isaiah Thomas, Steph Curry, and now Mr. Brunson. His game is one that you need if you want to be a winner. Cold blooded, always seems to have a move for your move. I hear a lot of I like to watch the press conferences, man. In the first two games or so, they were saying that he knows how to find them angles, bro. And my guy on the pod with me, Jasper, he told me the game is all about angles,
All it's
all
about.
about.
All it's about, baby.
And if you
Angles.
got a guy that knows how to, create space, he's jumping off 2 feet. He can finish around the rim. It ain't a shot that he really don't like. Man, I think I was talking to Josh at the beginning of this series, and I was like, I like New York simply because I like Brunson more than I like SGA. I think SGA is way easier to guard than it is than Brunson because SGA would prefer to step away from the rim to score than step into the rim to score.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think that's why the Spurs were having so much trouble with Brunson. And as he continued to play, he began to show his basketball IQ as well. Like first couple games, he really didn't play well. But as the series went on, he began to figure them out. And then on the last game, he scored 45 points. It's some sharks over there in New York, man. Shout out to Leon Rowe for getting Cat. Shout out to him for getting OG, Mikael Bridges. They had Mitchell Robinson for a long ass time.
Shout out to Mitch
They-
Robinson for real. He stayed down like a motherfucker.
you know what I'm saying? They got guys who complemented the team around them. They can play small ball, they can play big with you. They can defeat you in so many kind of ways, man. And those are the teams that win NBA championships. Do I think they'll be able to repeat? Absolutely not. because the the Boston Celtics will be back. We got to figure out where Giannis Antetokounmpo is going, and we also got to figure out what happens next with the New York Knicks. Do you finally pay Jalen Brunson, who spared you 100 million, and that $100 million bet that he took on himself led to an NBA championship? Do you pay him?
Now you gotta pay him 350,
You see what I'm saying? Do you
380.
pay him? Um,
No
um,
Sirski.
what if OG wants to get paid again? You know,
Mm-mm.
what if
Mm-mm.
Cat what does Cat contracts look like? You know, this was the year that New York needed to win, and good for the NBA that they allowed that to happen. Let's flip to the other side now. San Antonio Spurs. Congratulations for getting him. I heard somebody say that if they made it out the second round, that'd be a win for them. Well, they made it all the way to the NBA Finals. Now, where do they go from here?
A win. Greatest player ever. That's a win. Second round.
Hey, man, I don't think that Wemby is the greatest player ever. I don't think he's better than Wilt Chamberlain. Um,
I don't either.
I don't think that Victor Wembanyama is the type of player that you can say is one of the best players in the league ever because Victor guards himself.
Mm-hmm.
Victor is the type of player now he can figure this out. Of course, he's only what 21, 22 years old. He
Yeah,
can figure
figured
this
out.
out over the next 5 years or so, right? But his issue is that, especially in this series, when it was time for him to play bigger, he played a lot smaller. Even if you watch this last game coming down the stretch, um, he just wasn't on the floor. He was on the floor, but he wasn't on the floor. He
So you
has
still
no
won the
mo-
game.
he has no moxie. He has no like real like killer instinct. Not yet, at least. And to me, that's the problem with European players. If a European guy is the best player on your team, you need to surround him with a bunch of American players because
Mm.
I just don't think that he has the killer instinct that you need in order to be successful at a very, very high level. Like he's not a psychopath. You know what I'm saying? Um, he's not somebody who's, to me at least, been through a lot of traumatic situations coming up in his life. He probably was tall. They figured out he could play basketball and said, okay, we gonna put you in the gym for the rest of your life. And if we just playing pickup and we just want somebody to come out here and hoop, hey man, he the greatest player ever. But when it comes to, being under them bright lights, coming into these arenas with these people who spend their whole checks just to get inside the room, just to get inside the arena, motherfuckers who live with free speech, they can say anything they want to you.
When you end up with the
They,
greatest, it's a little different.
you know what I'm saying? And then when
Uh-huh.
you add the fact that these are the greatest players in the world, and this is not the greatest players in France or the greatest players in the Western
The-
Conference.
yeah, these ain't just great players in the USA. Old boy was trying to say these. This is the world championship. For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
these guys are elite players, and you can't just. A lot of people was making the point that the reason why they showed so much emotion in the Western Conference Finals is because they thought this shit was over when they beat OKC.
Mm. Hold on, Phil. Hold on. That was my point. Now, hold on.
All right, I'll let you tackle that then. So I'll wrap it up with this: the Spurs. Um, maybe you need to just stay at home. Just I wouldn't say run it back, but you got to do something with De'Aaron Fox. You got to allow Dylan Harper more room to grow, and you have to get back to the same spot next year, or you won't be winning anything anytime soon either.